Hello, Monia. Thank you so much for requesting a reading. I'm so excited to get into it with you. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If not, please email me back because I hate messing up people's names because I know how that is. So all you asked about was reconciling with an ex. So in order for me to get more clarity, I'm just going to go into the cards and see what the past energy was between you two, the current energy, and what reconciliation could possibly look like, if that's a possibility. All right. Father, Son, Mother, Moon, Guardian Angel, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Universal Energy, please guide me through this reading for Monia and give me some clarity as to what she needs to know about this ex. Okay, so what was the past energy between Monia and this ex, please? What was the past energy between them? Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. I had a feeling that this relationship came in quickly, and it was just like very fast moving. So that is the epitome of the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is someone who comes in very quickly, very decisive, very action oriented, communicating, like just coming in with the quickness. So it feels like this relationship kind of started, like I said, with some pep behind it. It was not something that developed slowly. It was something that just kind of appeared. And this person was very intense as well. I'm looking at this knight's eyes, and his eyes are just like so discerning and so focused. It's like this person had eyes on you and they wanted to make you theirs. That's the feeling I'm getting. Okay, tell me more about the past energy between Monia and her ex, please. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Moon and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So I feel like this person might be... No, this is you. Okay. So you have been working on yourself. You were working on yourself when you met this person. You were either going to school or starting a new business. You were someone that has their own thing going on, very independent, okay? But this person made you stop and pause a lot, gave you a lot to think about, where you could possibly consider being with them long term or being with them in the future, but it wasn't very clear. Like, the expectation for the both of you in what this wasn't very clear, because we have the Moon here. And the Moon is kind of, it can be a very emotionally confused state, because I feel like you weren't sure what this person wanted. They came in hot, but you weren't even sure what you wanted either. I don't know if you knew you wanted a long-term commitment or relationship. Okay, tell me about the current energy between Monia and this person, please. Tell me about the current energy. What's the current energy? None of these cards want to come out? Okay, there we go. We have the Ace of Swords, we have the Five of Wands, and we have the Knight of Wands. So, the current energy is that y'all are fighting. Not that y'all are fighting, but there's a conflict. There's definitely a conflict. As you can see, we have two fire sign energies here. There was some sort of a confrontation, some sort of an argument, some sort of, some sort of sparring match between the two of you verbally, where I think things were said that were kind of inflammatory. I think that there were things said that maybe somebody can't take back. And it was also like very revealing as to the true character of this person, because the Knight of Wands is a very impulsive energy. He's someone who is just as intense as that Nine of Swords, but also has a slick tongue and like says things and then immediately regrets them. We also have this Five of Wands here, where you can clearly see that people are battling over something, right? So I feel like there was some sort of argument that was had. There was some sort of there was some sort of beef that y'all had that could not be resolved, and something was revealed to you with this Ace of Swords. That means clarity and laser focus on one thing. And it's like, once that thing was revealed, you were like, how do we go? How do we move on from here now that I know this information? Okay. Okay. So what I want to know is if this relationship, we have the well, if this relationship is something that is going to benefit you in the long run, if this is something that is going to lead to your highest good and the highest version of yourself. Okay, so let's ask that. Is a reconciliation for Monia's highest good with this person? Page of Swords. That's a new perspective, not necessarily a reconciliation. The Page of Swords is someone who can look at a situation more clearly because now they have a new view of what's happening. And I think when you found out this information, it should have changed your perspective about this person. It should have shifted things for you where you're like, maybe this isn't the person for me. We also have the Fool. So in this case, I believe that it would be foolish of you to go back to this situation when clearly something happened between you two where you can't trust this person. You can't trust what they say. The Fool also represents an energy of taking a leap of faith, taking a risk. And I think that it would be very risky to try to re-engage with this person. Again, it's an impulsive thing where I feel like you're trying to stop yourself from jumping off the cliff. I feel like you are fighting with yourself mentally as to whether you're going to text this person, whether you're going to call this person, whether you're going to reach out to them in some way, shape, or form, even though knowing what you know. Okay, so would it be beneficial for Monia to reach out? Would it be beneficial for her to reach out to this ex? We have the Page of Wands and we have the Three of Swords. I'm going to say no, Monia, because the Page of Wands is this fire sign energy. Could be you, could be them. But the Page of Wands is someone who is immature, right? Doesn't really know how to handle what they get themselves into. And I think that by you doing that, it will lead to your heartache once again. It will lead to more heartbreak from this person, which clearly you do not deserve. The Three of Swords is about really mentally wrestling with the reality of something, and a reality that is different than what you wanted it to be. Okay. So if you decide to not revisit this relationship, what is going to be the energy around you for love? Because that's clearly what you're looking for and that's what you want. So if you release this person and let this person go, what is in store in terms of love from Monia in the next 3 to 6 months? Okay. So we have the Emperor here. This is the first major arcana card where it represents a man who is stable, someone who is, again, fire sign energy, but someone who is very opinionated, a little stubborn, but because they have this high expectation, they only have people in their life who match that. And so this is someone who regards themselves very highly, and whoever they're with, they regard highly as well. We also have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So here's the thing. Prior to this, we had gotten a lot of knights and a lot of pages, okay? They are all leading up to the king, but the king is leading up to the emperor. The king is trying to be the emperor. That is the big boss, okay? The end boss. And I feel like if you are willing to let this person go and let them be on their journey of maturity that clearly is not at the same level as you, I think you will allow yourself to be with someone and find someone that is more mature and more evenly matched for you, and someone who doesn't run away from communication or anything like that. Yes, and even. Yes, equality. This is reciprocity. That's what the Six of Pentacles is. It's you give, I give, but we give the same amount. Okay? So my suggestion to you would be to hold off on reconnecting with your ex, and allow yourself to to find the kind of relationship you deserve. This Chariot represents success. It represents forward movement. It's not about going backwards. It's about going forward. And anything having to do with this ex would be a step in the wrong direction. Okay? I hope this reading helps, and I hope you have a fantastic day.